And 80 years on from the Battle of Arnhem, the last surviving...
During 2024's 80th anniversary coverage of Operation Market Garden, historian Sir Anthony Beevor discussed the 1977 film A Bridge Too Far. Beevor said he had seen a letter from Major Julian Cook, the U.S. officer Robert Redford portrays, protesting strongly about Redford's portrayal in one of the many exciting battle scenes in the film, the crossing of the Vaal River on 20 September 1944 and the seizure of the road bridge at Nijmegen. Beevor expressed surprise that Cook complained, reportedly saying, "I thought everybody would have been pleased to have been portrayed by Robert Redford." At first glance, the remark seems judgmental, especially without context. In the film, Cook is grounded and quietly heroic. So what specifically might the real Julian Cook have objected to? One possibility comes from another source suggesting the portrayal was too heroic. The on-screen Cook banters coolly with his men and quips about going over like George Washington.
"I intend to go across like George Washington, standing on the prow. You guys can do the rowing."
However, Redford's dialogue is for the most part accurately transcribed from Cornelius Ryan's book, which served as source material. Once ashore, the film has Redford's Cook charging onto the Nijmegen road bridge and gunning down Germans himself. Contemporary accounts suggest Cook's real-life leadership was decisive, but that he did not personally lead the bridge assault or even fire his weapon in that phase. There were other frictions around Redford. Sean Connery reportedly halted work after learning Redford was being paid $500,000 per week for 4 weeks.
Good God.
Despite Connery's larger role as Major General Urquhart, until Connery's salary was adjusted. The climactic Nijmegen bridge sequence nearly cost even more. Production could only stop traffic on the real bridge for 1 hour on successive Sundays, and bad weather threatened the final day. With Redford due to leave the production the following Wednesday, any reshoot would have required bringing him back at $125,000 per day. Delaying to the next Sunday could have cost an additional $500,000. In the end, the weather cleared and the shot was made. A more candid story, possibly involving Redford, is told by one of the hundreds of crew members. Jim Dowdall was a motion picture armorer and stuntman.
Hi, my name's Jim Dowdall.
Broke into the movies on the set of The Dirty Dozen at the age of 18, where he was required to teach the movie's star, Lee Marvin, how to operate an M3 submachine gun. The lesson ended up being shorter than Jim expected. Marvin took the gun from Dowdall, field stripped it, reassembled it, and handed it back to him without a word. Marvin had served in World War II as an infantryman in the U.S. Marines and had been wounded in combat on Saipan. Working for Bapty & Company, the famous British prop house, Dowdall was tasked with stunt work on A Bridge Too Far and talked about the experience in an interview with Graham Scott published in Military Illustrated No. 20 in August-September 1989. Everyone was up before dawn to prepare for the filming of the U.S. paratroopers making a river crossing under fire, among them Jim Dowdall. Crew, actors, and stuntmen were very tense, but ready when a certain actor turned up. With time ticking away, he refused to have his hair cut in an authentic 1940s military style. Then he had to have sneakers dyed brown instead of wearing heavy army boots. Then he had to have cardboard in his holster to cut down weight and a light wooden dummy rifle. Jim's comments are unprintable, but he continues, "We had to cross in small assault boats, which we were meant to propel with our rifle butts, but in fact we had a small motor hidden inside. The engineers had rigged up floating strings of charges in the water, which would go off as we passed to simulate the mortar fire. The actor was with us, and the engineers got their revenge on him. They set those charges off right beside us. We all got drenched. The cameras were rolling on us, and you could hear him swearing. I spent most of the crossing trying not to smile." Movies condense and exaggerate, archives complicate and correct. Redford leaves behind a gripping movie moment, while Cook's real-life heroism went into the history books. If Beevor's letter is right, Cook wasn't denying the courage, he was rejecting the caricature.